So tell us a little bit about your family and your homeschool journey, how you got into homeschooling to begin with. I love the way you said you never intended for this to happen.
I feel like a lot of us are that way, and that was probably your experience as well. I just put my kids into school. I went to public school, and we were a Christian family. I grew up in a Christian family, went to public school. My husband, grew up in a Catholic family, went to Catholic private school all his life, and we were like, "Well, that's what we do is we just put our kids into school." And so I have, currently, I'll tell you, I'll fast forward here. I got a 22-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 17-year-old. So at the time, we put our oldest, our daughter, into kindergarten. We did preschool and all that kind of stuff. And so she goes through to, she's in the middle of her second grade year. And at that point, her brother, or my older son, is in kindergarten. And then I have a 3-year-old at home. And I felt very strongly that we needed to change course. It was like God kind of just little here and there. And halfway through that year, I was like, I think that we need to do something different for our family. Public school had become really stressful. My daughter was just stressed out about tests. She'd be crying going to school in first and second grade because of tests. And I was like, I don't remember there were no tests when I did it. Well, surely they must be doing something because it must be better. And they know. They're the experts, they know, but she's crying. I was like, she'll grow out of it, I'm sure." And then my son in kindergarten, he was a rambunctious, very bored 5-year-old. And so what do rambunctious, bored 5-year-olds do in kindergarten? They
They
get into
cause
trouble.
trouble.
They
That's
do.
right.
They
Yes.
do. And he was
Been
bored
there.
because he knew how to read. He just picked up on things very quickly, and then what do you do when you have an hour that you're gonna work on something and you pick up on it in 5 minutes? So, I was like, "We," and kindergarten was a half day. I'm so thankful that it was only a half day. He wouldn't have made it, but I knew 1st grade was gonna be really rough, and I just was like, "It's just this is a lot of stress." Our family revolves around the school calendar, and it was so nice before that we just got to choose how our days were gonna go. We got to choose we were going on vacation. It just Anyway, all that to say, we started homeschooling with a 3rd grader, a 1st grader, and a preschooler, and those older 2, as I mentioned, are 22 and 20, so they've graduated. And that 3-year-old is now, well, I guess he was almost 4 that time. He's 17, and he's going into his final year. So I am going into even my final year, my 15th year of homeschooling, and it's our last year.
Boy, there's a bittersweetness about that, isn't there?
There definitely is.
Oh,
It
man.
was an adjustment, and even when the oldest graduated, I was like, what do we do? How do we do this with just 2?" And then I think it was the easiest was adjusting to just him, but yeah, it is bittersweet.